Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Update for Thursday, the 31st. All right, let's go. Well, not a bad day overall in the portfolio, thanks mostly to TGen. We'll get to that in just 1 second. As far as official setups, let's keep these two in here. Notice that I did adjust the parameters a little bit on those. OUST still looks interesting. Now it's pulled back a little further. Still looks pretty good. If it keeps pulling back, obviously, then we'll take it off the list. But let's give it another day or so and see how it shakes out. SLDP down a little further. Still looks interesting, though. Still looks very impressive. Nice little pullback slash knockout type of move there. There's a few stocks obviously setting up tonight. Some of the crypto stocks are in here, as you can see. So let's just see how things shake out, and we could go after some more of these stocks over the next few days. Let's take a look at the portfolio, and then we'll pop out to the overall market. If you hear me scream like a schoolgirl, there's a thunderstorm happening, and we had lightning pop really close a few days ago. Anyway, BTM Flatsville on the day. I'd like to see it stabilize and obviously take off. Crypto seems to be doing well overall, though Bitcoin is down a little today. Take a look at KGC. Gold and commodities, or the metals I should say, got hit fairly hard today. Some other commodities too, with the dollar being strong. KGC down fairly hard today. Still looks interesting longer term, but it has been sideways, obviously, as of late. Maybe build the base and then go to space. OK day and KTS better than poking iron, just off of these all-time highs. TFPM selling off fairly hard with the rest of the metals. Hunting stops, obviously, just the case in the remainder of that position. Decent day in TGen. One more day like this, and we'll be getting fairly close to that PT. Take a look at VG. Tried to rally, but then came back in. Bigger picture, still looks like a bottom, but shorter term, obviously, not doing so hot. Let's take a look at the overall market, and then we'll drill down a little bit. First of all, the P's, S&P 500, kind of chopped around quite a bit. The day felt a lot uglier internally, even though the portfolio did okay, but you can see it tried to rally, came back in. It did a Fed day, so it did chop around quite a bit, but it did close off its worst level, so that's good to see some reversing action toward the end of the day. NASDAQ Composite, kind of Flatsville, or at least from where it started, and it ended up a smidge on the day. So far, nice persistent breakout remains intact there. So far, so good. Rusty 2000, you can see selling off fairly hard after bouncing around a bit. It's still below, obviously, some overhead supply, so hopefully it can overcome that. I know I just said hope. As I said a second ago, the dollar was strong yet again today. EFA shares got hit fairly hard, so these guys, the breakout has totally failed there, at least for now. As mentioned earlier, metals overall got hit. It's 2%. Doesn't look like that much. So far, just pulling back. So far, still looks pretty darn good. But getting hit nonetheless. Gold commodity getting whacked pretty hard down toward the bottom of that range. Hopefully, or ideally, I know I said hope twice tonight. Ideally, we want the bottom of that range to hold. Ditto for the gold stock, selling off fairly hard to not too far away from the bottom of their range there. I'd like to see them obviously get out of the base. The defense had an okay day, and that's enough to put it right back to all-time high. So far, so good there. Longer-term uptrend, obviously remaining intact. Some of these rare earths, like lithium, got hit fairly hard today, along with the rest of the metals. Pot stock's up a little bit. Again, as I would say, quite a bit. Looks like that bottom is going to be more of a process than an event. Palladium, again, getting back to the metals getting hit, got hit fairly hard today. Platinum also got whacked especially hard. Look at that, down nearly 7% on the day. So that's a fairly ugly day there. It still looks okay longer term, though. Just kind of a knockout type of move. Semiconductors managed to close at all-time high, so I'm certainly not going to argue with that. That is certainly and obviously a good thing. Uranium, kind of Flatsville, just kind of pulling back, kind of a bull flag there. And finally, financials, kind of Flatsville there, just hovering around right above the top of this recent breakout. You know me, I like to see it break out and not look back. I think I called it a rakeout. It's a breakout. Anyway, I think that's it for tonight. Everyone have a fantastic night. If you have any questions, you know to retain. Thank you so much.